This is Pathfinder Phase 1, Challenge 8, Primitive Traps. I chose to do two motored traps, one spring snare, one a spring snare. Very simple snare, just using the wire and snare on this one, and using a deadfall. This trap here, the spring snare, is set up pretty much for rabbit runs, squirrels maybe. You could probably catch squirrel, but rabbit mainly is set up for rabbit, basically for running up, putting on their trails, their paths, so that way when they run through they get caught, get hung up in the air. Squirrels, you know, they could do it too. The next one, my deadfall, I have this set up more on the basis of feline persuasion, or possum, raccoon. The size, as you can see, the size I've got it set up, it's pretty much for a pretty big animal. If a squirrel got in there, which I'm sitting right beside two oak trees, and there's squirrels up in the tree looking at me. And yesterday, when I was practicing with it, I set it up and there was squirrels jumping up on here. As soon as the second one jumped up on there, it fell. So I'm glad I didn't get no squirrel up under there, because it probably would have smushed a squirrel. Of course, I'd set stuff up on the side right here to keep anything from running to the sides. They'd have to turn right around and come right back out. And everybody should know, naturally, that it's illegal to hunt, trap with primitive traps. And if you do trap, you should have trapping license or trapping permit. Anyway, I'll show you this. I'm just gonna move. Well, it doesn't matter. They come in here. This is where you would put the bait at, right here. Of course, you'd bait all out in here and get them to slowly walk back up in here and put some bait right there, and they start wiggling it and moving it, and of course, boom, fall down on them. Okay, anyway, that's my entry for Part 8. I have to say that this, let's go over here. But I have to say this challenge here has been one of the most challenging for me, both physically and kind of mentally, because I've never done this before. I made squirrel runs, and I mean squirrel poles, and just the wire snares, which is all pretty simple. But doing the deadfall right there, it took me a lot to making different poles and everything. I found out that you most definitely can't. Whoops, sorry about that, guys. Tripod fell over. But I found out the best thing to do is not to use curved poles. Well, I want to stay up this morning. But anyway, I'll just hold you. And I found out you can't use no kind of curved poles. It's got to be about as straight as possible. And you really got to cut these things straight where they line up. But anyway, I enjoyed learning this, because I'm gonna keep practicing making some of these deadfalls, and like the Part8 deadfall, I like to try to do that. I like to try a couple more different spring snares, and so I am going to try to here pretty soon start on a fishing trap, fish basket. And anyway, I've been out 3 days this week doing different things. I did, as everybody knows from I think two videos ago, that my campsite was compromised and my stuff was tore up and tore down and all that. I found out who did it, and they're supposed to go out Friday and help me clean up. I'm just going to put everything in my truck, and well, we're going to haul it to my truck, then I'm just going to go ahead and bring it home, because there's no reason really for me to try to do anything around these woods and stuff. There's so many people goes out in these woods that if I try to set up anything permanent or semi-permanent, it's just going to get vandalized. So I'm just going to bring everything home, and like I say, I didn't lose nothing monetarily. But anyway, I wanted to show you this because it is about time for me to tell you what I think about this knife. For the past few days, I have been using the Cold Steel Bushman, and though I have a lot of other knives, I have to say this is probably my favorite knife. I mean, as far as my general use knife, I haven't had to sharpen it. Well, I have stropped it a couple times on leather strop, but this knife has maintained its sharpness. I like the edge on it, and it's real easy to sharpen. And the handle, I mean, it's not no great handle or nothing like that, but it is, you know, it's comfortable. And of course, you know, it's hollow handle, and it's a solid piece of steel. And I have literally, on one of the Bushcraft USA challenges where I had to baton or do split wood fires with 5 different types of wood, I actually had this thing bent almost at a 45-degree angle in a piece of river birch that I think was actually petrified or partially petrified. And you know, this thing, as soon as I pulled it back out, it straightened right back up. I have sharpened the spine right here so it throws sparks with a ferro rod. And I don't store nothing in here. The sheath, of course, it's a cheap sheath. No big deal on the sheath or anything. It just hangs on, and of course I do have a key ring on here, so I've got a dangler loop that I use on all my knives, same one. And of course I made a dangler. And inside, of course, I keep a whistle. Got a little whistle inside the pocket. Keep a ferro rod inside the pocket. Let's see. Whoops. I keep a general Swiss Army knife. That's so that way I can, for cooking or whatever, and for real small tasks if I need to. And I keep a little mini mag. I don't know if the battery's still good or not. Yeah, the batteries are still good. So anyway, I don't very rarely use this, but it is in there just in case. And anyway, y'all have any questions or anything, just give me a shout, give me a holler. And thanks for everybody talking or getting some conversation and stuff on these videos. And y'all have a great day. Have a good weekend too. Well, today's Wednesday. I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I won't be doing no more videos until at least this weekend. But anyway, enjoyed talking to you, and bye.